Part 25. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 245. Of course, they still don't know that the people from the two major forces are no longer here. They are busy healing now. The spectators outside were also dumbfounded. Oh my God, is the Star Palace so awesome? They didn't see clearly what happened in the battle just now. What everyone saw was that the disciples from the Underworld Palace and the Beast King Pavilion fell out of the battle platform space one by one. The scene was like dumplings being dropped, and they really wanted to laugh. There was no way, the strength erupted from the Star Palace was too strong. After everyone calculated, there were a total of 16 people in the Holy Realm who erupted from the Star Palace. Among them, Senior was in the Holy King Realm. The little girl was indeed the most terrifying. She is actually in the Saint King Realm. Her talent is too strong. Should she let others live? At the age of 8 or 9, you are already in the Saint King Realm. How far will you have to grow to when you grow up? The Star Palace has really found a treasure this time. In the future, the Star Palace will definitely become the largest force in the melee domain. Now only the teams of Tiandihui and Kenya are left in the battle platform space. I wonder if there is a powerful Saint King hidden among them. However, the reality is cruel. The most powerful person in Tiandihui and Kenya is the beginning of the Holy King Realm, who was just forced out by Sulinger. Everyone shook their heads. It seemed that there was no suspense in this 5-sect competition. Star Palace was definitely the winner. Sulinger looked at the disciples of the Star Hall and said, "Sisters, do you want to fight them one-on-one, or fight in a group? Let's challenge each other." "Sister Linger, please help us watch the show," Senior answered Sulinger's words. Other disciples also agreed with Senior's point of view. "Well, okay, then I will control the field. You should be careful in the next battle. I will ensure that the battle is absolutely fair." Sulinger flew into the air and waved to the Holy King Realm of Tiandihui and Kenya's Holy King Realm. The two flew out and waited for Sulinger's instructions. They lost so miserably in the 5-sect competition this time. There is no hope of winning at all. Sulinger, a Saint King Realm, can completely sweep everyone. If the rules hadn't been changed to melee mode this time, they would have lost even more miserably. "Hey, our Saint Chen Palace wants to fight with you, will you accept it?" "Of course I won't take action, fight in the same realm, do you want to play or not?" After hearing Sulinger's words, the two of them immediately burst out with fighting intent in their eyes. "Is what you said true?" "Sure, what's the point of lying to you, fight or not?" "Fight, wait, we gather people." Then both sides stood on a field, each looking for their opponent to fight. Sulinger stayed in the air alone in front of the referee, took out the snacks and wine gourd in her space ring, and sat down to watch the battle below. Everyone outside gave Sulinger a thumbs up. The president of the TND club was a referee outside, and she was a referee inside. This was too awesome. Of course, no one dared to say it, otherwise the big boss would. The guy was not happy, so he cleaned himself up and asked someone to explain to him. Now Leng Kangmang had a dark look on his face. He was really a failure as a referee. He looked at Xinhua, who smiled helplessly, thinking, "I don't think it's my fault." "Who asked old man Bai to find a genius disciple? You have the final say whether to end or continue now." "I have no opinion, but you have also seen the results. We can't just say the results casually." Xinhua returned the question to Leng Kangmang. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 246. Leng Kangmang looked at the other people. The other three expressed that they had no objections. They had been the boss of the Tiandihui for so long, and they still wanted to be the boss. They wished someone would come and kill the Tiandihui. Now that Saint Chen Palace has finally come forward, how could they disagree? Leng Kangmang didn't say much and quietly waited for the result. In the current battlefield space, serious sparring battles have just begun. In the past, there were instant kills, but now we can finally see normal battles. Xing'er now faced the Holy King realm of the Tiandihui. The two had fought for many rounds, but no one showed signs of fatigue. It was obvious that both of them had been looking forward to this battle for a long time. The disciple of the Holy King realm of the Tiandihui is called Kun Wu. He now wants to challenge the disciples of the Xing Chen Palace, because he knows that the disciples of the Xing Chen Palace have very rich combat experience, and he wants to learn something. Xing'er has also admired Tiandihui's moves for a long time, and both of them fought to the point of going crazy. Xing'er, be careful, I'm going to use the martial arts of the Tiandihui, Kun Wu reminded Xing'er. Xing'er didn't take action either, waiting for his offensive. The battle between the sky and the hand of the sky is torn apart. A huge hand appeared in the sky. Xing'er, pick up my sky-shattering hand. Well done, Star Divine Technique, Star Fist. Xing'er was not to be outdone, and used a huge star-colored fist to strike with the big hand. The two attacks set off huge energy waves that spread in all directions. Xing'er watched the aftermath of the two attacks towards the disciples with low cultivation over there, flew over and immediately surrounded that side with their sword intent, so that they would not disturb others. The audience outside looked at the battle in the battle platform space and burst into cheers. Finally, they cheered. It is really difficult to watch a battle. Some other disciples are also fighting, but the power they cause is not as great as Xing'er and Kun Wu. Every disciple is training himself to the fullest, especially they are disciples of the other two major forces. They know that they have no chance to win the championship, so now they just want to have a good fight. Bai Lao and He Lao looked at the battle space with smiles and chatted with each other. Lao He, our star palace has finally returned to the first place. This is the first time in so many years. No, look at Huang Quan's face over there. It's dark. They can play by themselves this time. I feel that after this time, their cities will become even less. Those guys in Kenya will definitely not be satisfied with 2 cities. Fortunately, we kept the Linger girl, otherwise we would definitely lose miserably this time. Unexpectedly, these guys called back some saint-level disciples who were outside. The reason why there are 4 or 5 saint realms in Huangquan Palace and Beast King Pavilion is entirely because those disciples have already practiced outside. Of course there are such disciples in Xing Chen Palace, but under the leadership of Sulinger, there is no need to recall them. This is the reason why their 2 major forces did not have a holy realm in the first game. Those disciples were already over 16 years old. While Black and White and Bai Lao were chatting, the battle between Xing'er and Kun Wu also came to an end. Kun Wu also came to an end. After I used all my Kangtian divine techniques, they were all blocked by Xing'er star divine techniques. Xing'er finally used the martial arts Sulinger gave her, directly blasting Kun Wu out of this space. Announcing the end of this battle. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 247. The spectators were still stuck in the martial arts that Xing'er had just performed. That martial arts was too strong. A huge golden fist directly crushed Kun Wu. This is one of the martial arts that Sulinger gave to Xing'er, Bawang Fist. This is an extremely powerful boxing technique that Suchanga found. Later, he modified some of it to make this martial art stronger. Now, it becomes easier to practice. This should be the principle of simplicity. No matter how strong the opponent is, I only believe in my fists. My fists can break through all methods. This is the truth that Suchanga realized at the beginning, so the martial arts he created are all like this. Although they are ordinary, they are extremely powerful. Almost no one among the other disciples of the Star Palace can stop him in the same level battle. They can only challenge him by leapfrogging. Of course, this is a battle for disciples below the Holy Realm. They have not been able to challenge the Holy Realm when they were in the King Realm. After all, they are not monsters like Sulinger. After Singer finished the battle, he once again fought with Kenya's Holy King Realm disciples. Sulinger was still in the air as the referee. The outside visitors felt excited when they saw the fighting power of Sin Chen Palace. These people are all madmen. Although they are women, they fight fiercely. No one regards them as weak girls. The disciples of Tiandi Hui and Kenya were knocked out of the battle platform space one by one. The visitors also knew that this competition between the five sects was coming to an end, and the Star Hall was a complete victory. Singer used the Bawang Fist again to knock out Kenya's Holy King Realm disciples, which meant that Kenya no longer had any disciples in the battle platform space. All the disciples of the Tiandihui had been beaten out just now. Sulinger put away her snacks, took a final sip of spiritual wine, and waited for the outside world to announce the results. Leng Kangmang stood up and started his work. Wonderful, congratulations to Sin Chen Palace for winning the championship of this five-sect competition, and welcome all spectators to come. I announce that this five-sect competition is here. It's over. Then Sulinger and others appeared in the sky, and the people below went crazy. The disciples of the Star Palace were already shouting Star Palace, Star Palace. Some people were also infected by the battle in the Star Palace, and even expressed their feelings, but Sulinger and others ignored them and flew back. Resting place in the Star Hall. Haha, well done, kids. Our Star Palace hasn't been so popular for many years, and we two old guys have never been so happy, Lao Bai said with a smile. Bai Lao, it's ridiculous. If they hadn't plotted against us first, they wouldn't have lost so miserably in the end. If we have to blame them, they can only blame themselves. Indeed, they could have waited until we finished fighting the Underworld Palace and the Beast King Pavilion before taking action, but they chose to unite with those two forces, so what if they were not allowed to pay some price? Singer added on the side. Okay, well said. It's been a long time since I saw Leng Kang's dark face looking at the old guy. This time I can tease him more. You guys did a good job. Xin Wei's voice came in from outside, and everyone looked at him. Hey, look at what I'm doing. Are there any flowers on my face? It's time to celebrate now. Go back to our Star Palace to celebrate for 3 days, and you children will be given the best rewards. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 248. Oh, great, thank you very much, Master. Why are you grateful? You deserve this. You have won such a great honor for Sin Chen Palace. How can we not give you a reward from Sin Chen Palace? Palace Master, can we go to the secret realm of the Tiandihui after we win the championship? Sulinger asked Xin Wei. This is what you little girl had in mind, but for you now, that place is indeed the best. You go back to the Star Palace first, and I will go and get the quota for you. You can take Singer to see it too. Okay, Palace Master, thank you. Sulinger went to tell Singer happily. Xin Wei shook his head. He was really a child, but this child's family background should be very powerful, and his Sin Chen Palace had a good relationship. He went to find that guy Leng Kangmang has a quota to enter. The secret of the Tiandihui actually has quotas for the other 4 major forces. It's just that he was the boss before, and only Kenya can get a quota. The remaining 3 major forces were directly controlled by him. Deprived of qualifications, but it's different now. This year's champion of the 5 sects competition is their Sin Chen Hall, and it's time for the Heaven and Earth Club to return their places. On the other side of the resting place, everyone is celebrating this victory. Mr. He said, okay, let's celebrate when we go back. Now let's go back to Star City first. Everyone then remembered that this is the central mountain range, and the resting place here will soon be closed. A group of disciples followed Mr. Bai and Mr. Hay and rushed back towards Star City. At this time, other disciples in Star City also knew about this incident. The news that the Star Palace won the first place in the 5-sex competition brought joy to the entire Star Palace. Star City has also become more active. Star City in the future will definitely be twice as prosperous as it is now. Some small forces have begun to settle in Star City. Some forces have already begun to discuss cooperation with the Star Palace. The Star Palace is also busy now. There is no way, there are too many people visiting at once, and it is difficult to receive them, but those forces dare not say anything. Future stars, the palace has been in control of the top 5 sects for at least 2 years, and this is not something they can offend. Those disciples in the Star Palace who are not strong enough to watch the battle are now waiting outside the stars for the disciples who went to participate in the competition to come back. They watched from afar, waiting for their hero to return. Look, someone is coming over there. I really want to see senior sister Singer and junior sister Sulinger. Someone was the first to spread the news. Everyone immediately looked over there and saw that they were indeed back. Everyone jumped up with excitement. Senior sisters, Mr. Bai and Mr. Hay, you are back. Xingqiang's law enforcement team came forward and greeted everyone. Well, I'm back. Your law enforcement team must strengthen the security maintenance in the city recently. Star City should be very busy recently, Hay Lao told the law enforcement team. Don't worry, Mr. Hay, we have dispatched all the law enforcement teams to ensure that everything is normal in the city. We will not let people run wild in the city. Well, that's good. I've troubled you recently. After waiting, the law enforcement team will also have rewards. You can go to the Star Palace to get them later. This time, all of us in the Star Palace can get rewards. Thank you, Elder. The people in the law enforcement team are very happy. This win is really great. Not only do they gain fame, but they can also get rewards. It really kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 249. Surrounded by all the disciples, Sulinger and others returned to the Star Hall. At this time, a banquet had been held in the Star Hall, obviously to welcome the participating disciples. Seeing so many delicious food in front of her, Sulinger rushed forward a long time ago. The other disciples were also not slow. Don't forget, apart from fighting, their favorite thing of Star Hall disciples is food. All the disciples started eating wildly. Suchanga, who was hiding aside, looked a little hungry. It was better to be out of sight and out of mind. Suchanga blocked his 6 senses and returned to the roof of Singer's courtyard. The carnival party in the Star Palace lasted from afternoon to evening, and everyone was very active. Sulinger was having a lot of fun. Suchanga saw that Sulinger had integrated into the Star Palace, and a smile appeared on his lips. His little daughter has grown up. She has learned a lot in the past few months in the Star Palace. In addition to the sinister human relationships she learned when she first came out for training, she has gained new experiences. While playing, Sulinger also felt that she seemed to have a bond with these sisters. For the first time, she felt the power of the team, and she also felt the feeling of being admired. She felt that her spirit had been sublimated to a certain extent. She took another sip of wine and looked at the happily playing sisters in front of her. She seemed to understand some of what Suqingxiu told her at that time. Her sister Suqingxiu told her that she would form her own team in the future so that she could have friends who could fight side by side in the future, otherwise it would be boring to be alone. She understood this now. The sisters in the Star Palace were all her best friends. There was no intrigue or jealousy here. The feeling that Sulinger felt here was safety and trust. This has been the rule of the Xingqiang Palace since ancient times. The disciples of the Xin Chen Palace must love each other, watch and help each other, and cannot fight with each other. This is prohibited by the order of the Xin Chen Palace. Therefore, Xin Chen Palace has not had any incidents of fighting among the same disciples. This is the standard for recruiting disciples in Xin Chen Palace. The personality must be good and a person with good moral character must be there. If this were not the case, Xin Chen Palace would rather not accept a disciple, no matter how good her talent was. Xing'er and Suling'er came back to the room. Sister Ling'er, thank you for leading us to win the 5 championships. With you, the burden on my shoulders is much lighter. Sister Xing'er, why are you thanking me? Am I such a stingy person? But you have been under a lot of pressure in the past few years. The Star Palace is all supported by you alone. Okay, let's not talk about this anymore. Let's take a rest. You must be tired from the battles these days. Let's talk about it tomorrow. After that, the two of them entered their respective cultivation states. Suling'er entered a meditative state, running his own skills and checking his own cultivation. After this 5-sect competition, he has reached the peak of the Saint King realm. We are very close to the Great Sage realm, but we still don't feel like breaking through. We can only break through in the secret realm of Tiandihui. Suling'er is cultivating his sword intention, and his current sword intention can already be used in the 4 seasons. She could switch freely between time, which made her 4 seasons sword technique even more powerful. She looked through the weapons given by her father and found a glove, preparing to use it as a weapon for Xing'er. She also found it herself. I have to buy a sword, otherwise I will have to find a weapon next time I fight, which will be too troublesome. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 250. There was no way, Suchanga had left too many things for himself. There were so many things piled inside. Taking them out would make people outside jealous. However, what Suchanga gave Suling'er was something that looked very bad, so as not to attract other people's attention. This was also a disguised way of protecting her. The night passed quickly. Suling'er and Xing'er exhaled at the same time, and Suling'er stood up. Sister Xing'er, you finished your cultivation too. We finished our cultivation at the same time. Sister Ling'er, stop playing around and be serious. Do we need to prepare anything? Oh, don't worry, Sister Xing'er, you don't need to prepare anything for the secret realm of the Tiandihui. We can just go directly. By the way, I'll give you this glove, I won't need it either. Xing'er looked at the glove handed over by Suling'er. At first glance, she would find that the glove was ordinary and even a little ugly. But after Xing'er got married, she felt the difference. There is something in this glove. A hidden force is flowing. If you don't feel it carefully, you won't be able to detect it at all. Sister Ling'er, this is too valuable, you'd better take it back. Xing'er can feel the huge power contained in the gloves. Oh, Sister Xing'er, don't be polite. I still have a lot of them here. My dad made them. He brought me a lot of them. If you don't believe it, look at it. Suling'er then poured out many such weapons from the space ring. Although they didn't look good, their power was the same as that glove. Xing'er was stunned. This is really a wealthy person. The weapons are all after pushing it, it's still useless. If it's left outside, no one can snatch it. By the way, Sister Xing'er, let's go find the other sisters and ask them to pick a weapon too. Suling'er pulled Xing'er and ran outside. After a while, all the sisters were gathered together. Sister Ling'er, why did you call us here? Sisters, I found out today that my father left me a lot of useless weapons, so I called you here and asked you to pick one. After saying that, he poured out all the weapons in the space ring. Come, see if there is anything you can use, just take it as you like, you're welcome. Everyone, you look at me, I look at you, and then I look at the pile of weapons in front of me with a confused look on my face. Hey, do you have a choice? Sulinger called out to everyone. Sister Linger, these weapons are so ugly, we feel like we can't use them. Oops, it's a bit ugly, but it's still very powerful. If you don't believe me, try it. Everyone looked at the pile of weapons in front of them with suspicion, but they picked it up and took a look. Suchanga outside was speechless now. His weapons were just a bit ugly. They were not to protect his precious daughter. What do you mean, you little kids? You look down on the fruits of my labor. If people outside find out that there are a bunch of weapons made by Suchanga here, even the supreme immortal emperors in the immortal world will definitely come down. They grabbed it, but now they were looked down upon by a group of idiots. But when they picked it up, they were immediately speechless with excitement. What kind of weapon is this? How can it have such a huge hidden power? It's really disappointing. People were surprised. Sister Linger, do you really still want to take it casually? Fantasy, the empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, daughter wrong. Chapter 251. Haha, of course, otherwise why would I ask you to come? Sister Linger, then we thank you. Whatever happens in the future, it is our duty as sisters to. That is, Sister Linger, from now on your business is my business. Everyone was saying thanks to Sulinger, and Sulinger smiled and nodded. Don't worry, sisters, from now on our star palace will definitely be the strongest in this chaotic realm, bar none. Okay, Sister Linger, I feel relieved with your words. From now on, we will make the star palace the best it can be. After everyone took the weapons, they all went back to explore the mysteries. Sulinger and Singer went to find the palace master. They should be able to go to the secret realm of the Tiandihui. When they arrived at the main hall of the Xin Chen Palace, Bai Lao had already the two of them are waiting inside. Bai Lao, where is the palace master? Didn't he promise that we can go to the secret realm of the Tiandihui? Why are you the only one here? Girl Linger, don't be anxious. Come with me. The master of the palace is waiting for you over there. Lao Bai led the two of them to a remote courtyard of the Star Palace. Come in, the master of the palace is waiting for you here. Lao Bai walked in first. Sulinger looked around and found that there was nothing special here. She asked Singer, Sister Singer, what kind of place is this? This is where the hall master usually lives? Normal people are not allowed to come near this place. Moreover, the hall master also retreats here. In order not to disturb his cultivation, disciples are strictly prohibited from approaching here. Oh, so that's it. What does this have to do with our visit to the secret realm of Tiandihui? It's so mysterious. Could this old guy just want to postpone it? Sister Linger, you can't think like that, the master of the palace is still very good. Let's go, Sister Linger, let's go in and have a look, maybe there's something else inside. Let's go, Sister Singer, let's go in and take a look. Sooner or later, this old man will have to pull his beard. Sulinger jumped in and walked in, and Singer also followed. Bai Lao and Xin Chen Hall Master were already waiting for them inside. Sulinger came in and asked Xin Chen Hall Master, aren't we going? Is it the secret realm of the Heaven and Earth Society? What are you doing here? Little girl, why are you so impatient? Didn't I come looking for you? What, this is obviously your training place, how can there be anything mysterious? You're lying. Haha, Linger girl, I didn't lie to you. It is indeed possible to go to the Tiandihui here. Can't you just listen to my explanation? Okay, then I'll listen to you and let's get started. Although this is my training ground, it is also the second biggest secret of the entire Star Palace. The first secret is the star battlefield. You have already experienced it? This place is different from the star battlefield. This is the life-saving means of our star palace. Oh, really? Come on, come on, come on, don't show off. I hate long-winded people the most. You are just as long-winded as my father. Suchang on the side heard Sulinger's words and almost died of anger. When did your father and I become so verbose? You little girl, if no one cares about you, you will go to heaven. Fantasy, the empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, daughter wrong. Chapter 252. Okay, let's not be too pretentious. I'm really scared of you. This is a secret teleportation array developed by our star palace. It can come near the other four major forces. It was originally built to guard against the attacks of the four major forces. Later, nothing major happened and it was left idle. However, we did not dismantle it. Instead, we maintained it secretly so that it could be put to use one day. Then Palace Master, according to you, it can come in handy this time. The purpose of taking you two to the Tiandihui this time is to see if there are any areas in need of repair in this array. A test is conducted every year, but this opportunity came to you this year. Girl Linger, are you interested? Okay, I like to see things I haven't seen before, so I'll go and see them. Haha, let's go, two girls, I'll take you to see the inside, it's very beautiful. The two followed Xing Wei into the teleportation array, and then Bai Lao injected his spiritual power into it, and the three of them disappeared into the small courtyard. The three of Xing Wei had already appeared in the space wormhole at this time, and he took a small boat was created, and spiritual power was injected into it. The small boat grew to a size of 3 meters. Come on, it's faster and you can take a look at the scenery. Palace Master, this place is indeed beautiful. I believe you. I wish you had said so earlier. It doesn't matter, this matter cannot be told to outsiders. If word gets out, the other four major forces will definitely come after us. Singer and Sulinger nodded. Apparently Xin Chen Palace has trained them as their successors, and they have been made aware of all these secrets. You can also try the aura here and see the difference from outside. Hearing Xing Wei's reminder, the two of them ran their skills and absorbed the spiritual energy here. Sulinger found that the spiritual energy here contained some blue breath, which was indeed different from the spiritual energy outside. Palace Master, what are these blue auras? Sulinger was the first to ask, and then Singer also opened her eyes and looked at Xing Wei with confusion. These blue breaths are the power of stars in space. These energies can promote the strengthening of the body and make the physical body stronger. After the two heard Xing Wei's explanation, they integrated the blue breath into their bodies. They could feel the body's greed for this blue breath. Obviously, these energies are rare treasures for the body. The two immediately stopped admiring the scenery here and started practicing. Xing Wei watched the two enter the cultivation state and waved a spiritual shield on them. Although there is no danger here, sometimes the emergence of space storms is because of the existence of these things. The Star Palace comes in every year to repair the passage space. This is to ensure that this place can operate at any time, rather than burying the Star Palace itself. Time passed quickly. Sulinger, when they woke up from training with Singer, they felt that their physical strength had improved a lot. Cultivation is done. The blue aura here can only allow you to practice to this extent. There will be no big progress after that. Otherwise, the Star Palace would have used this place long ago, and our disciples will not be afraid of other forces. The two nodded, they had already felt it. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, the Empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, daughter wrong. Chapter 253. My body no longer feels the greedy feeling it had at the beginning for these blue breaths, and now the absorption does not have much effect. Okay, there are no benefits to be gained here now. Let's speed up. It seems that there is no space storm happening here recently. The boat sped up and flew forward quickly. The two of them were also looking forward to the next secret realm. A day later, several people appeared in a small courtyard. This was a village. This was a part of the Star Palace. Damn, this place has been in business for many years. Let's go to the Heaven and Earth Club. The secret realm is about to open, and we can still catch up. Sing Wei took Sulinger and Singer and flew towards the Tiandihui. They arrived after a while. The village was only a few miles away from the headquarters of the Tiandihui. The three of them arrived in a short time. Leng Kang Mang, we are here, come out, what are you still peeking at? Humph, old guy, I peeked at you, you are really not ashamed at all, I just wanted to see if you would come. If you don't come, we will open the secret realm. Don't worry, we are here just for this. You old boy, don't worry about us. Come on, lead the way. The three of them followed Leng Kang Mang towards a mountain range. After a while, several people came to the center of the mountain range. There were already many people waiting here, but they were all people from the Saint King realm, and there were not many people from the Saint King realm. Obviously, the Tiandihui also controls the quality of people entering the secret realm. It is useless for older people to enter. It can only be a waste of places. Everyone is ready, the secret realm will be open soon. After entering the secret realm, everyone will find a place to practice. Fighting is prohibited in the secret realm, so you all should restrain yourself. Do you understand? Understood, the people below replied loudly. After that, Leng Kang Mang sent a force to a small platform in the center of the mountain range, and then, a gap opened in the center of the mountain range. Okay, let's go in, I wish you good luck. Also, disciples of the Holy King realm, try not to go to the depths of the secret realm. The energy there is not something you can bear now, so you can see for yourself. If you get hurt by then, don't blame me. Just a reminder. Everyone below nodded. Sulinger came to Singer and put something into Singer's hand. Sister Singer, if you encounter danger, just crush it and run directly to the depths. It can keep you safe. Singer put the jade slip into the space ring and nodded to Sulinger. No one knows whether what Leng Kang Mang said just now is true or false. Maybe it was specially told to the two of them. But Sulinger didn't have any fear. No one here could pose a threat to her, but Singer was different. It would be better to give her a way to save her life. Everyone walked into the crack, and when they reappeared they were already appearing on a small island. This is obviously the legendary Elf Island. The first thing everyone felt when they came here was that the spiritual energy here was too abundant. Just absorb it and you can enjoy it for a long time. Sulinger's purpose here is to find an opportunity to break through to the Great Saint realm, so she flies towards the innermost place. Things outside have no appeal to her. And she doesn't have spiritual power to break through now. If this is the case, her spiritual wine is much better than this, so what are you doing here? Fantasy, the empress was reincarnated as my daughter. Author, Daughter Wrong. Chapter 254. Without hesitation, Sulinger released her consciousness while flying, hoping that she could find something useful for her breakthrough. Singer and Sulinger came in from different directions. The entry direction here was random. After she landed here, she flew directly from inside without any hesitation. If they stay here for a long time, it might be easier for the people of the Tiandihui to plot against them. Sulinger felt the space here and found that there were no living animals, only plants, and it seemed that there were only elixirs, but that was enough, this was what she needed. After searching for a long time without finding anything, she suddenly found disciples of the Tiandihui gathered there in the distance, as if discussing something. She hid her figure and leaned forward quietly. She wanted to see what these guys were doing. "Hey, have you met that disciple of the Star Hall? I didn't come across." "I haven't encountered it either." The remaining people also shook their heads. When Sulinger heard this, she knew that Tiandihui had bad intentions. That guy Leng Kangmang must have arranged something. Let's leave her alone. There are a lot of things here worth looking for. We got some news before we came in. This time, a golden lotus that transcends tribulation seems to have been born in the secret realm, which can help people break through a realm. When Sulinger heard this, she immediately became excited. Isn't this a gift to me? The disciples of the Tiandihui are really honest. I have to treat them better in the future. The disciples of the Tiandihui don't care at all. They will think that the person they are looking for is following them, and is ready to snatch their good things at any time. The poor children are still discussing happily here, and sometimes they cry. Sulinger follows. They turned left and right and came to a low mountainous area. There was a small cave here, just big enough for one person to go in. It seems that we need to go in one by one, leaving 2 people to watch outside. While they were discussing, Sulinger had already gone in. The size of the hole was just right for Sulinger's current body shape. She could walk in. The same could not be said for the disciples of the Tiandihui. They had to crawl in. But by the time they climbed in, there should be nothing here. After Sulinger passed through the cave entrance, she quickly discovered that this was a very large cave space. The spiritual energy here was extremely abundant, several times that above. In the distance there was a pool, and the water in the pool was made of spiritual liquid. Sulinger took out her wine gourd and collected the spiritual liquid. Although she couldn't use it, the disciples of the Star Hall could. Anyway, it is also the will of heaven and earth. If you don't take it, you won't take it. Moreover, the people here obviously have premeditated plans for the 2 of them. Sulinger did not hesitate in taking action. After a while, the spiritual fluid in the pool had bottomed out. Sulinger left here and continued to walk deeper into the cave. She had not yet found the golden lotus that the disciples were talking about. And it would be a long time before they climbed in, and they would not be discovered at all. Sulinger turned this place upside down and took away everything he could, leaving nothing behind. I wonder if those disciples would cry when they came down and saw this scene. It was really it's cruel, but there is nothing we can do about it. Who is the enemy?